We've got ourselves a 5 versus 5 on a random map gen. So here we go, just going to crank on into this and say hello. And in case you people in chat can't tell, Boxer is absolutely 100% obsessed with comm drops. Just maybe. Just maybe. Anyway, we're going to have Team 1 across here at the top and Team 2 around here at the bottom. It's actually a top versus bottom fight, except for the one guy stuck out the front there. Let's say hello to these guys. Nice average, high average ratings. Got a bunch of pros, bunch of Joes. Kind of a Joe Pro mix. Average ratings are just under the Joe mark and under the Pro mark into the Joes. Anyway, hello. First off, team number 1 up here at the front. It is Surrey. Surrey's here as the Combat Grim as Seraphim. In the top corner above him. Actually, we're going to make this a little bit bigger. Some people said they want speed a bit bigger for my casting, so there you go. A bit of a bigger map there. Above, sorry, in the top left of the map, it is Darunda. Darunda is Lavender UEF. To the right of Darunda, in the white color, it is Peepo Noob. Peepo Noob is another Seraphim player. It's a bit too big, I think. Further on to the right, for team number 1, we have in the burgundy color, it is BJ. BJ is Blackjack here, he is UEF as well, and the last player for team number 2 all the way over on the right hand side, our first Aeon of the day, it is Verna. Verna? I want to pronounce it Verna. Anyway, Verna's green, Verna's Aeon, and away we go, checking out for team number 2, first person on the front slot over here, nice cyan color, cyan Seraphim, it is Quantum Typhoon. Working on a Hydra over there. Behind Quantum Typhoon down at the bottom, it is Cascade in the lovely deep blue color there. He's Cybran. First Cybran of the day is Cascade. Beside Cascade, all the way over here to the left, it is Frikatoya, who is Seraphim in the nice orange color. Got his Hydra up, starting on some pigeons. Fourth player for team number 2, light blue color, it is Judah. Judah's here in Aeon. Walking away, going to make himself a mix and get a bunch of PGs up. Finally, for team number 2, the last player in the map, Seraphim, in red, and already walking somewhere, it is Sui. So there we have it, folks. We have average rating between the teams, 1380 for team number 1, 1420 team 2. Highest rated player is Furkatoya. Down here on team 2, got a 17 and a 1600 on there, versus a couple of 1700s, but then balanced out with the 2 1000 rated players compared to the couple of 12s and 1100s. So 3 pros for team 2, 2 pros for team number 1, but higher rated Joes, which kind of balances things out there. Alrighty, let's have a look at the map itself. A nice random map and lumps of reclaim with some very big wrecks, 1000 mass in that one. What is that? Looks like a Percival, yeah, some Percival wrecks there, and all ready for the scooping, and we see that Surrey's already got an engineer up doing exactly that. He's closest to the mass field, wants to get it. Very good idea, because it's a lot of mass. It's the biggest mass concentration dump on the map is these 2 fields here. Well, 3 fields, got another one over here, and the side field here as well. Have a look if I get just that on the screen. There we go, 5000 mass in this field to be scooped. You do not want to miss out on that. You have to get your mass. Definitely a requirement. So first off though, it is Surrey already here. He's got the engineer out, he's got a scout out, he's got his command tuning out. We see Darunda is joining the party. His commander's coming up, want to get some of that, and he's asking Surrey for some mass, because, well, let's be honest, he's just scooped a whole fucking ton of it. He's just scooped 1000 into his coffers. That's going to help him get his early eco. Yeah, we see he's already got an upgrade going down for this mass extractor here. 2 of them, in fact, going on the upgrade path. The amount of mass he's scooping in, he can afford to spam out units and get those upgrades down. It's going to really help out. See the scout has flown over here to here from Furkatoya. He's having a look with that, wants to see what he can maybe go for. Perhaps it's defensive. Got some raiding units over here. Just a tank and a scout looking for some stray engineers that might want to be introduced to a bit of pain. We'll see how that goes. Counter raid coming over here from Surrey. Single Tham wandering its way over here looking for an engineer, but the only engineer happens to be a very big stompy chunky engineer. That's a commander. If that tank comes down here is Deadman. Over on the right hand side, nothing doing much as yet, just a wee bit of a patrolly scouty thing from Verna. I think he's looking to try and prevent any engineers that might be going for this spot, but strangely Quantum Typhoon has not sent a single engineer or unit over to try and start scooping this, and that could be a mistake. That could be a mistake, although here comes a drop from Cascade. Cascade's like, yeah, no, I want some of that. But not going to get done. There we go, a bit of fracas down here. We're going to see if Victoria's going to get a few easy kills. Some Thams in the wrong place. We have There was a Tham, there it is. So for some reason, this Tham has departed from this Selene, who's got himself an engineer killer right there. Going to keep wandering around, I imagine, trying to find another engineer or two. There's that one and that one, which are quite open to be doomed, and a few Zoes trying to be defensive. Down this direction, though, engineers are out from Cascade. They're starting to scoop the mass, but here come the labs, and here come two commanders. So BJ and Werner, they've come on down with their comms. They don't want to let this kind of thing go on, and yeah, well, they're going to succeed because those engineers are going to be doomed. Or they can grab too much. Cascade is here with his commander, but by himself. Needs some support from Quantum Typhoon, needs to get these units over to help him, else Cascade could have some issues. Was that a bit of run by a herd? Yes, it was. Got some Selenians over this way looking to kill some units. They're knocking off some Lobos. If they stay mobile, they will win against Lobos quite easily, but they sit still and they're going to have a bad time. So, yeah. I was about to say, they're going to leave that one alive, but no, another couple of rounds flying on over, and we'll say goodbye to Mr. Selene over here. Blap. When I don't muck about when you stand still. Cascade just recognises the danger, and he's like, you know, I am moving the fuck out of there with my commander. Not doing that. Over on the left hand side, it is Judah facing off against Surrey. Neither of these guys have a gun upgrade. Judah cancelled his gun upgrade. He was concerned about the location getting pushed by Surrey. If he just started that, that's probably a good idea, because there are reinforcements coming to press him back. So yeah, no units to support himself. He would be under threat there, especially if there was T1 Archie in the mix, which there is. Zoes are right there. So that is a hold for Surrey. He's going to grab that spot, and he's going to work on building up some of his own little mass spots. Needs to be a wee bit careful though. He's pointedly overextended between two forces. Three if he goes head to head with Judah, because these guys here from Fukatoya could swing on their way over and have a good time of their own. Speaking of having a good time, some tanks on the left hand side, so he's pushing up with these guys, and there's not much on the ground to stop him. This is a sizable army, and in actuality this is all under threat. And you see here poor old Surrey has had to drag units back from the front line to try and defend against that, and even as he does that, there's a push coming through from Fukatoya, setting up some units that can be problematic. If they can squeeze on past, they could do a lot of damage, because Dorinda has nothing on the ground except his commander. So he has been working on Eco. He has got T2 and starting to go towards T3 air, so that's very early. Under 7 minutes and starting to head towards T3 air. Check out the other side of things, and well behind is Cascade. He does not have a single T2 PG up. He's working on some T2 air as well. Getting out a couple of Corsairs, maybe just as a emergency response kind of thing, but we'll see how that goes. There we go, the units here from Fukatoya have gone through. Some are trying to distract the commander perhaps as the rest roll on past, and they can just clean straight on up this way. Though some labs are coming out there, he has got some ground forces. But check out what has happened to Surrey's base on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mass extractors have been destroyed. All from that little raid there. The raid has been pushed back now, so he is dropping back in with those, consolidating his forces a wee bit. He's done the damage. Left behind a bunch of reclaim though, and if he can drag the reclaim back this way with this fight, he can start scooping up, particularly with his commander just there. Right, gun upgrade on the way for Surrey. Gun upgrade done. Or Judah, although that is the second gun upgrade, and he's got T2 on the ground, so he's got a few blazes to support his comm. Maybe he's got T2, he should be thinking about flak. But here he goes, this is an Aeon comm, that's going to be a nasty thing to try and get rid of. This here is Fukatoya, he's dropping up some point defense, started out with some T1 just to keep things intact while they build a T2. T1 Archie is in the range, but it's going to be picked up by these guys. Not going to have much of a good time facing off against tanks. Now T2 PD will finish off anytime soon. Has he got radar? He's going to need radar to see what he's shooting at. I don't see radar. I don't think he can see that stuff. No, he hasn't got radar. Get yourself some radar. Especially, yeah, you should definitely have radar, Judah. But over on the right hand side, here we go. This is actually BJ. BJ's been caught out by a large group of units. He's not looking particularly healthy, 4,500 health. Quantum Typhoon's not very good either. Neither of these guys have gun upgrades. I take that back. Actually, Werner has range upgrade on his commander. But it looks like, is there a commit to try and kill BJ here? That might be a bad idea, because Werner being right there means Typhoon's basically 2v1 there. He's run out of units as well, and he's going to need to drop back. Get away from that, and particularly dangerous is going to be that Aeon commander with gun range. Means he will not be able to shoot back as long as he can. T1 bomber coming out to be annoying, and Typhoon now has to drop back. Bringing over some extra units to try and be influential in some form of fashion, but BJ's going to get out in the red. Doesn't want to be anything worse than that. Katoya up front with his commander. He's just basically tanking things to the face while they're trying to build a T2 PD. Not the best of ideas. And we see Judah coming over to support, just giving an extra bit of oomph from some T2 units to shoot these guys away. That's going to let Katoya expand his defenses there a little bit. Vern is in no danger. It's a lot of Selene, no dramas there. He's got supporting units behind him, some of his own, some belonging to BJ. Over on the right hand side, this little factory production area here is pumping out units. Going to need them. There's labs incoming. Where is... Okay, Quantum Typhoon is falling back ever so slowly. He's got no... Does nobody have any air? Well, there's a couple of indies sitting over here, but they belong to team number 1. How is there no air? We're going to see Quantum Typhoon die to a single T1 bomber? That'd be ridiculous. That'd be absolutely ridiculous if he did, considering there's also some Corsairs over here. Oh, hello, the Corsairs are on the move. They might be going to try and find a target. They have a target because BJ's still looking kind of peaky. Maybe they're going for something interesting. There we go, a couple of indies out. They're going to take care of that. Typhoon needs to not walk in a straight line right now. He has T1 already hammering him. He needs to turn around and take care of those. Indies need to turn back and actually help the commander out. Down into the red. Chased by T1 Ardy. Don't walk in a straight line, please. We're hearing fighting on the rest of the map as well. Over this side, it is Surrey. Surrey's been under a lot of pressure. Still missing those mixes, been raided again. Commander's not particularly healthy. Judah is in the region as well, being all dangerous. What have we got? There we go. Typhoon down to 1600 health. The Corsairs are going over here. Do they know a target? Do they have a target? Do they have a target? No, they don't. They are going for somebody else. They've decided someone else should be the target. They are coming over this way. Are they going for Peepo Noob? They might be going for Peepo Noob. Peepo Noob, who's already got problems in the form of the Aeon Guncom plus the TT on the ground, takes a swath from the Corsairs. And they're going to start doing some extra damage there. Peepo Noob down to 6,000 health, half dead in yellow. Got a rank of veterancy, so not doing too badly. The Corsairs, unfortunately, they are now being trailed by inties from BJ. They're coming back for another pass. They're going to get some more extra damage then, and Peepo Noob getting hammered by the blazes as well. Judah's comms down here. He's looking pretty healthy, but there's another run on Peepo Noob from the Corsairs, having problems with that. Down into the red once again, 2,000 health. Not looking particularly good, but those Corsairs shouldn't get another pass at him. And now that is going to be Peepo Noob being chased by Judah. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get into what is going on there. Surrey on the left hand side, he got hit up by Sui. We saw him under pressure before by a whole bunch of units, and he's finally given up the ghost. Sorry, while we were having a look at over here, Peepo Noob being in trouble and running his ass off, which he really has to do because Judah's still around with a Guncom. But it was Surrey that actually drops out first. Surprisingly, he is gone from the game. The spam from Sui just proving to be a little too much. But speaking of spam, that's a lot of spam coming out from Quantum. He has fixed himself up a little bit. Commander's looking a wee bit healthier on 2000, but hello, we have a lab rush coming out from BJ, just penetrating through and killing off a few mixes, because why not? They can do. These little mech marines can just run all day. That's what these guys are one of the neatest units. They really are. A swarm of mech marines coming your way. What do you do? I mean, you don't laugh. Like, there's T1 PD over here. If they ran into that, that'd be bad. But instead, they are going straight down this way towards Cascade's base. And it should be okay. I mean, the commander's going to kill these guys one dude a pop. And maybe they focus down a T2 mass extractor. Maybe they swing back. Maybe they keep running, these little wee guys, and they're going to run to a big stompy problem. Just like that. They're neat, they're fun, but you get any kind of tech on the field and they're essentially useless. There we go. Whole bunch of mech marines dead for a tiny bit of damage. Not much of that. They clear out those, which is probably the main thing, but nothing else. Okay, checking back on the left hand side, and we see here Sui's still pushing with his column. He's got T2, it's popping down some PD, looking to scoop up that way. He's got some flak behind him in case of that, but we have T3 air. That is a strat. There it is. Strat bomb going for the front, but we have T3 on the ground. That's a lightning tank. That's going to dissuade that strat bomb from loafing around too long. It is fleeing the scene. It's like, nope, I don't want any of that shit. And it is well away from that lightning tank, and now it's going to start doing the damage to Eco back here somewhere. Takes out a pair of mass extractors that were surrounding a T3. Oh, sorry, T2 HQ, which is going up towards T3. Some kind of ping, some kind of stuff going on with the chat. Let's just try and ignore that. Strat Bomber is having a go at the base now. Sui's base back here is under... It's going to be exposed to more strats. There is an ACF up behind that Strat Bomber, so it shouldn't be too bad. But here we go. We have BJ. He has gun. He has nano. He has a shield with his commander. That's going to be a tough nut to crack. A lot of health on that guy. With gun and nano, he'll be very healthy with the regen as well. Looking to push a lot of pressure onto poor old Quantum Typhoon. A Typhoon that's stuck at the T1 stage and his commander here in yellow. Very unhealthy, not looking good, doesn't want to be there too long. Going to have some issues. That strat is dead. In fact, there was a counter strat out from Cascade, but it's not going to get as much. It's got 12 kills to its name, so it's killed off a bit of eco. But in the end, it feels like a wee bit of a tit for tat. They straight at each other. And it is all well and good. Okay, this direction, it is BJ trying to do his thing. He is facing off against units. T2PD has been spanned up by Quantum Typhoon. Needs to think about maybe getting his commander out of there. If he gets rushed, he's going to have a bad time. He's not particularly healthy, only 3,500 health. And BJ, has he bitten off a little bit more than he can chew is the question. There's a lot of units down there, quite a bit of firepower coming out. He's got a couple of ranks of veterancy. It's going to increase his total health pool, increase his regen incredibly, and he's got a lot of support coming in from here. We have Verna up behind him, units pushing in from there, T1 Ardy coming in to say hello, and what is that? That attack missile from somewhere? There is, there's a attack launcher back here. That has got some missiles in it. That can start firing at something, and if it wanted to, it could fire straight at Quantum, who is standing very, very still. Going to try to keep half an eye on that. There was another attack launcher in the middle here. It's got 4 kills to its name. Killed off a bit of eco. That should be fine, but there was another attack missile incoming. What's it going for? I think it is going for eco, but Quantum doesn't want to be standing there too much longer. Units are coming, including this com, which is regened back to full health. 3 ranks of veterancy now. That is an incredibly tough command to do something against, and we have Verna behind him, of course, and T2 on the ground. Quantum is in a precarious position and needs to move his butt. He recognizes that, and instead of running away, he's running towards ? Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. Trying to step down some T1 PD, that's really not going to help him. That T1 PD is going to die like half a heartbeat from this guy. And he's over there yelling for assistance perhaps, but Quantum Typhoon needs to not stand still. He needs to get out of there. And now he's got problems. BJ has locked on the comm, and his shots are going to do a ton of damage. Quantum Typhoon, you cannot stay there. You've got to go, and no, he's done. He left it too late. He's now trying to run away. I don't think he's getting out of this. 1,400 health, 1,200, 1,000. BJ in range, yes he is. Only a few more shots and overcharge, 500 health, but no, he is going to get away. BJ gets distracted, gets turned around just a little bit, and that has given time for Quantum Typhoon to actually run away. And BJ now getting flinked on by snipers over here from Berkatoya. Needs to be careful, those things will outrange him all day, every day, and cause some issues. There's a Whaler coming out now as well, so extra problems for BJ. He's might be overextended here. Unless there could be some kind of air to help, but basically Quantum Typhoon is doing one thing only, that is running the fuck away. Right now, BJ down into the yellow. Quantum Typhoon appreciates the assistance and gives over what's left of his base to Furkatoya as well. He's like, I can't do anything with this, but the extra should help you, and he's going to just book it into somewhere safe to get away from that. Whaler's still having to go at BJ, but he's in the green. He's actually quite healthy. That Whaler's going to take a long time to get through that health. By the time it does, I'm pretty sure that it will be some kind of assistance coming on over this. Have a check on the left hand side, and a bit of a stalemate in the middle. We see there's some T2 and stuff sitting around here. Judah's here with a heavy shield, I think that is. No, maybe just a normal shield, sorry. Just normal shield, but that is a tanky Aeon Guncom. We're going to have some fun there. Left hand side, Sui's looking a wee bit peaky. Got hit by something well down with yellow, under 5,000 health. Needs to be careful with that kind of thing. On the right hand side, and BJ is very much falling on back. He was down with yellow, 12,500 health. He's going to decide maybe he shouldn't be able to front anymore. This is a wise decision. Over on the side, there we go. It is Furkatoya slapping down some point defense. There's a... Oh, there was a couple of mongoose. And they're promptly dead. Sniper bots, T2PD, it all makes a difference. And now this little point defense here is going to have some fun against some T1 units. No T1 Ardy. Good times for that dude. Alrighty. Sitting in the middle of the base. T1 PD was slapped down by somebody. That'll be burner. There's this com who's decided he's going to run away, but look at all the reclaim that got left behind. 15,000 reclaim or so just sitting there waiting to be scooped. So the question is who can control this and add it to their coffers. Very important lesson to be learned over there, but let's have a look at how things are going otherwise. Down here we have T3 Air well on play for Cascade, just the one factory, but plenty of assistance on it, so it's tuning up those units. We have T3 land, obviously from Victoria. We saw the sniper boss before. He's working on some extra eco there. T3 going up, and he's got a couple of extra T3 factories here, so he's going well for himself. Back here, Judah, he has got T3 land, but he's running that off some T2 extractors. This is core extractors that T2 wants to get those up a little bit more. Looking like he's lacking a wee bit in the power department, so he's slapping up another T2 PGN. Over on the left hand side, so we know we've got bombs. He hasn't really upped his eco at all. He's got no engineers back here. He's got one back here. He hasn't kept his mixers. I'm guessing he's focusing everything up here rather than anything else, and he's got 1, 2, 3 T2 arties up now, and they can just be a big old problem for Darunda. Darunda, who's in the middle of an upgrade. I wonder what he's getting. Probably nano, maybe he wants to push that spot. So really, Sui's not doing great on the eco side of thing. He could do worse with having his some units turn up to, or engineers produced to help with that. Alright, plenty of T2PD over here. There's some tech missiles coming over, but they get stopped by the shield. Sniper boss down here, of course. They're just going to pick apart all that stuff. That is a lot of snipers. That is a scary number. They are going to be causing issues. So is that the tech launcher back here that it was coming from? I do see it. Is there a mobile tech launcher perhaps? No, it is that one. It is launching, and I think it is trying to kill some of the core mixers down this way. It's actually changing this mind now and heading off towards the left. Perhaps it's going to go for these. And no one in the middle though, left hand side, sorry. We have those Othams plus a sniper bot behind, so people move into the T3 stage, and that is a tough little amount of units. Definitely more than this T2 mix with a single couple of T3s in there can handle. Absolutely need help. BJ has just dumped a ton of mass to Darunda. Why? Why is the question indeed. Maybe he's just rebuilding his mixes. He has got a nano gun comp now, and could he push this with some assistance? I think he could push this with assistance. There's 4 T2 IDA here now, yes, which is going to be very hard for him to stop with just shields, but over this side we have some T3 units and some sniper boss, and that is a problem. Darunda has finished his upgrade. He's pushing on, and there's a couple of T2 PD back here, a bunch of T1 units, and a com with T2 on it who's half dead. But this is a T3 push coming out on the side, and this spells disaster for Sui. This front spot is donezo, and he needs to flee the scene like pronto. He does not have enough on the grounds to stop that, and those sniper bots get in range, those Othams get in range, as they are very likely to do. That is going to be a mad issue for Sui, and look at that, his position is just absolutely overrun. Even as on the right hand side we can see the Victoria's held up that side of things. Sui over here, well, he's dead. He is in range of all of this. He's in range of all of these. They're not going to go away, and he is going to get absolutely hammered. As soon as they turn on him, his health is going to disappear. Does he even have overcharge? Please tell me he's got overcharge. He's got overcharge, but that's a lot of Billshippers, and he was already hurt before they even started on him. Health is stripping right down into the red, and we're going to see Sui be the next ejection right now. Very upfront, very insufficient defenses against that kind of thing. It is 21 minutes into the game, and there's definitely a lot of T3 roving around the fields. In fact, people know back here, he's got gun, he's got T2, and he's got nano regen, so he's actually a chunky com in his own right. It's going to be a tricky thing to stop, and the question is what's on the ground to slow those? The answer is sweet fuck all. Judah is on an upgrade. That's got to be the heavy shield upgrade. I would imagine it's not going to do much if he gets caught standing still. Needs to think about maybe bringing some units up. He's got a couple of harbingers there. Got a T3 RD. T1 PD down here is going to try and get some work done, but it's not going to get much done in the face of all of this. T3 shield G is going to take a long time for it to crank through. In the meantime, it's going to die horribly. Judah's shield is so close to being done, he really won't want to cancel that, but he's got nothing nearby to really help him out properly. That shield won't last too long. It's only T2, there's sniper bots, there's Othams, there's also Peepo Noob sending up his units. Judah's trying to get his units into play as well, try and get some support there. Doesn't want to give that up. There's been so much eco pumped into that. Does not want to lose it. More PD back here, and perhaps he can hold. Perhaps he can hold with the commander's help. Overcharges would be great, of course. Doesn't have it. The shield drops, and he's going to start losing that shield of his own. Very close to completing that, though. Does not want to, but look at what is happening to his shields as it is getting absolutely rushed by T3, even with the heavy shield. That would be a bad place to be. Down into there. Look at the health display. Is it even going to complete in time? No, it is not. Doesn't even manage to complete the heavy shield generator. That was so darn close to what he could have done. Any bit of assistance on that heavy shield could have been completed and he could have survived that, but as it is not. But now we have people noob up here with this comm. Not a lot of assistance beside him. Single off them, a couple of sniper bots. Not much more doing over there. In this direction it is, well, T2 wall, but I think one side has radar when the other doesn't. Maybe every time they try to put something in range, that pointy piece fires up and kills them off. Okay, but in the middle, it is Peepo Noob, completely isolated. He's got some T3 shields coming towards Scum, that should be helpful for survival. But on the right hand side, have a look at Furkatoya. That is just a literal swarm of sniper bots. Anything that comes close gets obliterated. I mean, anything, just all these are going to be like one-shots, easily one-shots. Overkill one-shots, in fact, to go for the factory, because why not? Kill the factory. Okay, things are a wee bit static in the game at this stage. We will just have a look for interesting things. So air grid up from Darunda, throwing down an Omni radar. There we go, a chicken coming up from Peepo Noob. That is about halfway done, over halfway done, actually close to, actually that's not very far off going into the green, I don't think. Now 60%, not too bad. Over on this side it is just business as usual for BJ. He's got T3 land, he's just working on a bit of eco at the moment by the looks of it. On the right hand side, this is Werner. He's got T2 air back here. Got T3 land here, plenty of it, and a lot of assistance going on there. So looking pretty good, but not so good when faced with this amount of sniper bots. Alright, back in this direction, what do we have down here? We have air is up from Cascade. We have an Awasa done for Furkatoya, so he has not been idle himself. He's also building a GC over here with Judah's remnants, or maybe Judah started that, I'm not too certain, but either way he's working on that, and he's got the eco from there. So Furkatoya has a lot of eco, and that is actually helping him get that sorted. Right here in the middle, a big push coming through here from Peepo Noob. Looks like he's throwing some Othams into the mix here, but there is some PD that's helping out as well. T2 PD there, a single Otham trying to run away, but that is not so good. The Awasa is ready, and the Awasa can start doing all sorts of things. All sorts of nasty things. Maybe he wants to get up a bit of protection around these sniper boys. He's got some anti-air, he's got a shield, he's got no close range defenses, and that is a T2 arty, I feel. Yes, there's a couple of T2 arty back here. They're nice to counter to sniper bots. They can do some extra damage at range, but where is that? There it is. There's the Awasa. What's it going for? Well, there's nothing to go for. This is all friendly, so maybe it's just loitering around the left hand side. GC still not being built, actually. It is currently being ignored. Awasa is just kind of loitering around. Maybe trying to find a target and go for. Needs to be careful about where it dives in. There is probably an equal amount of air. Let's have a quick check on that. We see 70 ASFs are in the sky for Cascade. For Darunda, who's the other air player, we have 92. So he has way more ASFs than Cascade does. They know where the Awasa is. They do. It's on radar. And it looks like Darunda is paying attention, and he is kind of loitering near it. Single bomb away. You want to turn back after dropping it. It's only going to hit the shields down. Does a good amount of damage though. The shields do die at the same time. Darunda looked like he might be wanting to go in, but the ASFs coming from Cascade dissuade him of that idea. Alright, got some T1 bombers doing what T1 bombers do if there's no anti-air. Why is there no anti-air? There's one back here. But they're just going to have free round of these sniper bots if they carry on like that. Okay, also coming through is the Yathota. Do team to know about the Yathota? Well, no they don't. They have no idea that this here is the Yathota. And let's be honest, there's not a lot to stop it. There's the Yathota here. It's being built, and it's being built pretty damn quickly. But question is, what is it going to be over on the left hand side? This here is Frictor moving up with these units. He's got Sniper Boss moving in, but he's going to need to move those back before they get lost to a T2 Ilshiva rush, which they will. They might do some good damage against the Ilshis, but I don't know what they're going for. They're going for their P. Yeah, no, they did. Forward out of position, they've got T1 bombers overhead, which will help knock the shields down. Ilshiva's absolutely rushing in, T2 ID smacking on them. And yeah, sorry, those guys are dead. But over here, the chicken is in. Yeah, it is diving in, and here we go. How close is that one to being done? Well, it's a bit of a distance away, and the question is, will it be done before that? Oh, hello, and a nuke. So Furkador has a nuke launcher. Perhaps that's why this chicken is diving in. It kind of has to. The air battle happens. The Awasa is not going for the chicken. It's gone up this way, and the air battle is considered right in the middle, but the Awasa is going up here. It looks like it is actually going for this base here where Darunda is standing. If it focuses on him, there could be an issue. Or it could go straight for the air grid back here belonging to Darunda. Where's that chicken? The chicken's rocked all the way up here. This one's almost done. Focus has got to be on trying to get down. Down goes the nuke. Down goes 1, 2. T3 Peaches, a bunch of bird power up to the left hand side. Oh, the air grid is doomed. It was straight onto the T3 HQ, I think. Yes, it is. The HQ is gone. That's the air grid no longer producing Frictor. Over here we see chicken on chicken action, and the engineers are really trying to spam up something. A shield gen would be great to try and help that guy out, but this chicken's having a problem against that chicken and Othams needs to walk forward to get that lightning ball into the right place, but as it is, it's not going to survive. It goes down. That Yathoja gets into ranks of veterancy. Right, the Awasa finally dies, but it has done a decent amount of damage. In particular, taking out the HQ was a good move, but now he can't produce for a while. Back down this direction, this chicken is very, very healthy. Very healthy indeed, and yeah, you absolutely need to move that chicken close so the lightning storm can do some extra damage on that guy. But look at that, 40,000 health now, 4 ranks of veterancy. All the mass that has just died over here thanks to this guy. That has been an excellent play outcome. Some whalers are going to start chipping away at that. You maybe need to think about killing off the shield grids, because that's just going to regenerate itself. There's a T1 PD doing, I thought it might do some heroics, but it has died a horrible death. The GC's done. So the GC has been completed by Victoria. Up this direction, another chicken. Yep, another chicken for People Noob. Air battle in the middle. That should go the way of Cascade, because well, Darunda can't actually pull in any reinforcements anymore. And over on the right hand side, and counter sniper bots out from Werner. They have cleaned up this side while Furkador has been busy trying to take care of Mr. Chicken over here. And while T3 is nice and powerful, yeah, want some kind of quicker spam to just get that DPS out, because where is Cascade's comm? He has a chicken stalking down on the space. He's got plenty of air. Here comes the T1 bomber spam. And now they need to get rid of that shield gen. All the bombs are away. Down it goes. It's not going to get any more extra health from veterancy. It is out of veterancy. And it is in range of Cascade's base in just a moment. And it's going to get a huge amount of damage on there. That, sitting in the open as Furkatoya's comm, nothing around him. Any kind of defense, but the Yathoja is down to 3, but too late. It is in range of Cascade's base. This is going to be the air grid for team number 2 being turned into scrap. So both sides will have lost their main air production. I think it's probably worse for Cascade though, because that chicken is going to rampage over everything, whilst Darunda actually had some eco left. He has some PGs left, he has some factories left. Chicken is about to kick the bucket. 4,000 health, down it goes. Just not dying. Cascade is very unhappy about the chicken that won't die, but it finally has. Up here though, we saw Furkatoya's commander. He's just base tanked all of that, but he's got problems in the form of this all coming in. A lot of ground spam coming his way. Titan's walking in, and his commander does not have any kind of gun upgrade. Also has the Othams loitering around the area. Now he's got issues. Titans are having to go. The air is doing what it can. T1 bomb is doing their best to try and assist, but where are the whalers? They're sitting on the ground over here. They need to get up into the skies and actually help out Furcator. Furcator is having bad problems. Titans are rushing him, and he is trying to get away, trying to actually sneak behind the hill, perhaps get some cover. Yes, indeed. So he's getting those Titans to play a rousing round to fuck the ground. Not quite working though. Their shots are going just over hill, but now he's out of range. Now it's looking a wee bit healthier. Maybe he can walk away from that, but some flak has come over and the Othams are coming over. Not looking good for Furcator. He's going to be out of the game next. There's going to be a slight explosion in a second. And everything dies. And that is a Control K from the rest of the team. There was a donut completed over there, but Cascade Control K is out. He says, no, I'm done. He was all the way down here. Why did he do that? And he's actually, because it was full share. He has Control K'd everything. It was full share. But he Control K'd the entire lot. I don't think they were in that bad a position. They hit a donut. I suppose there's another Yothoda over there. There's plenty of anti-air on the ground there. That might have been a bit horrible, but now it's just down to Quantum Typhoon. He's got a single commander. He's got gun. He's got nano. The question is, what can he do? He's got no power. He's got no overcharge. That was a bit mean of Cascade. He selected everything and Control K'd it, and Quantum Typhoon not going to prolong this anymore. Control K's his com. He had nothing left. Nothing left, thanks to Cascade blowing everything up. But there we go. I really thought, it's been a while since I watched this replay, and I really thought Team 2 were going to have that.